These are 5 things I find very annoying whenever I'm working with Abacus. Number one is that the software has got a limited capacity for the student or the learning edition. A lot of time, my students, when they start working with Abacus and they set up their model and they start running the model, then all of a sudden they discover that the student version doesn't allow them to run any simulation beyond 1,000 nodes. This is a challenge for most students, and I really want Abacus to change that. Number two is that there is really no material library within Abacus. A lot of times when you want to use Abacus, you find out that unlike other softwares like ANSYS that already have an inbuilt material library, when you come into Abacus, you don't have any material library. The number three thing I find annoying is the fact it is quite expensive, especially when you compare it with some other software tools like ANSYS or COMSOL. Abacus, naturally, most of the time is quite expensive. I know it's got a lot of capability in it, however, it's quite an expensive software. Number four thing that I think, the fact that it doesn't have a strong multiphysics feature. If you're setting up a model and you want to explore not just, let's say, this structural response, maybe you're looking at the fluid dynamics behavior of the system, electromagnetic behavior of the system. Abacus usually is not well adapted to this multiphysics behavior, and so that can be a problem. And then the final thing is it has a limited market penetration, especially when you're considering the fact that we are producing students and you're sending them to go and work in the industry. And in the industry, a lot of the users of FEM, they work extensively with ANSYS, and Abacus is just beginning to make a headway within the community. It's more accepted within academic as a standard software of choice. However, in the industry, ANSYS is the king. And so that can be a problem, especially when you've prepared your students and they go into the industry and they find they can't use the commercial software tools that most companies are using. And that in itself can be very disappointing for the students.